I used to collect workout plans like socks missing their partners. Monday, new split. Tuesday, soreness. Wednesday, dramatic relationship break with effort. So I shrank my whole training life into 4 stubborn exercises. 4 moves, 10-ish minutes, almost no equipment, and less existential whining. Because apparently my body likes consistency more than motivational speeches. And my brain likes anything that finishes before excuses fully load. These are the only 4 exercises I keep returning to. Not because they're magical, because they survive my laziness. If a move needs too much setup, I emotionally unsubscribe. So exercise 1 is the squat, the chairless apology to gravity. I squat because standing up should never feel like paperwork. Legs, glutes, core, dignity, all involved in this negotiation. I send my hips back like I'm suspicious of invisible furniture. Then I stand up like rent is due today. Simple, brutal, no poetry, just thighs filing complaints. Squats are honest. They reveal whether life upstairs matches life downstairs. You can fake motivation. You cannot fake weak legs forever. I like bodyweight squats first because equipment can become procrastination furniture. Later, I hug a dumbbell like a heavy emotional support melon. Goblet squats make my torso stay proud instead of folding sadly. My knees travel, my hips bend, my feet screw into earth. I imagine spreading the floor apart like cheap gym gossip. That one image cleans things up faster than 20 technical lectures. And yes, my legs shake like 2 unpaid interns sometimes. Good. That means the message reached headquarters. Exercise 2 is the push-up, my portable chest and ego inspector. Nothing exposes me faster than floor-based upper body honesty. I lower myself under control, like apologizing to the ground. Then I press away as if the floor said something disrespectful. Push-ups stay because they scale with my mood and strength. Strong day, strict reps. Tired day, incline reps off a bench. Very humble day, hands on countertop, pride somewhere in the sink. Same pattern, same benefit, less drama than program hopping. Chest, shoulders, triceps, abs, all signing the attendance sheet. I keep ribs down and body straight like a suspicious plank. No worm dancing, no collapsing, no accidental yoga interpretation. I want one moving piece, like a grumpy board with elbows. When push-ups get clean, everyday life feels lighter and less insulting. Also, they require no machine, just gravity and emotional resilience. Both are always available, unfortunately. Exercise 3 is the row, because posture deserves legal protection. Too many of us train mirror muscles and forget the backstage crew. Then we wonder why shoulders drift forward like guilty penguins. So I row. Frequently. Petty, consistent, shoulder-saving rows. Sometimes with dumbbells, sometimes bands, sometimes a backpack full of regret. I hinge over, spine long, and drag elbows past my ribs. Like I'm trying to start a lawnmower behind my body. At the top, I squeeze my back like pinching pencils together. Not shrugging, not yanking, just strong, deliberate scavenger energy. Rows balance the push-ups so my body stops arguing with itself. Front side pushes, backside pulls. Peace treaty signed. They also make carrying groceries feel less like a hostage scene. That is elite functional fitness by my very low emotional standards. A stronger back makes every other lift feel more secure. And secure is hot. Chaotic movement is not. Exercise 4 is the hip hinge, usually Romanian deadlifts or good mornings. Because my backside deserves more than decorative participation. This move taught me the difference between bending and folding like laundry. I push hips back and let hamstrings stretch like annoyed guitar strings. The torso tips forward, but the spine stays long and smug. Then I drive hips through, like closing a stubborn car door. Glutes wake up. Hamstrings complain. Lower back feels respectfully included. The hinge stays because it builds power without circus choreography. It helps me sprint, jump, lift, and stand dramatically with confidence. Plus, training the backside prevents my knees from doing unpaid overtime. So these 4 are my forever-ish list. Squat, push-up, row, hinge. Not sexy on paper, but wildly useful in actual human life. They cover legs, push, pull, and posterior chain without nonsense inflation. That means muscle, strength, and fat loss support from one simple menu. And simple menus get followed by lazy lifters like us. The best workout is the one I repeat after motivation dies. Which is why I stopped chasing novelty like a caffeinated squirrel. Novelty is fun. Consistency is the landlord collecting results. These 4 let me train fast, recover, and come back tomorrow. That comeback part matters more than 1 heroic session. I would rather do 80 decent workouts than 3 legendary mistakes. So here's how I actually use them without overcomplicating my sloth life. I do 2 to 4 rounds, depending on ambition and snack timing. Squats first, because legs demand attention before my willpower expires. Then push-ups while my upper body still believes in me. Then rows, to pull my posture back from modern civilization. Then hinges, to finish with glutes like disciplined walnuts. Rest a little, breathe dramatically, and repeat if destiny allows. On busy days, 1 round still counts and still helps. Because 0 perfect workouts lose to 1 imperfect sloth session. For reps, I usually live in the 6 to 15 range. Enough to feel muscles working, not enough to start seeing ancestors. If form gets weird, I stop before the circus begins. Progress comes from patience, not from performing haunted repetitions. I add reps first, then load, because my joints enjoy respect. A backpack, band, or dumbbell is usually enough extra challenge. No need for 17 machines and a password-protected spreadsheet. Remember, efficient beasts do not worship complexity. We worship results per unit of emotional damage. Also, these moves survive travel, home workouts, and crowded gyms. That matters because convenience decides consistency more than inspiration does. If the barrier is low, I actually show up. If the barrier is high, I suddenly remember laundry exists. That is not weakness, that is human software. So I build workouts my laziest self cannot escape. And strangely, that version of me keeps saving future me. Because future me loves stronger legs and fewer random aches. Future me also enjoys shirts fitting better without chest inflation fraud. So yes, 4 exercises can absolutely be enough for progress. Enough to build muscle, burn energy, and look less confused naked. Enough to feel athletic without living inside a squat rack. Enough to keep momentum, which is the real secret sauce. People underestimate momentum because it sounds less exciting than hacks. But momentum turns tiny sessions into visible changes over months. That is boring magic, and boring magic pays rent. So when motivation disappears, I do not negotiate with feelings. I just pick one of the 4 and begin. 1 squat leads to a set. A set leads to momentum. 1 push-up reminds me I am not furniture yet. 1 row opens my chest like confidence reinstalling its software. 1 hinge wakes the backside and sends laziness into negotiations. That is the whole Fit Sloth philosophy, honestly. Minimum nonsense, maximum return, and enough humor to survive the process. We are not chasing perfect, we are chasing repeatable. Repeatable gets leaner, stronger, and much less dramatically injured. So if your routine keeps collapsing, simplify before you quit. Shrink the plan until even tired, you can still execute. That is not laziness failing. That is laziness engineered correctly. My 4 are squats, push-ups, rows, and hip hinges. Your 4 might look similar, and that's usually not an accident. Bodies love basics, even when social media prefers circus tricks. The basics built most physiques before ring lights started coaching. So be boring long enough to become impressively unboring. Lazy lifters. This is where our quiet villain arc begins. We stop chasing complicated and start collecting actual results. If this sounds like your kind of efficient nonsense, prove it. Comment sloth mode if you're building strength with minimal drama. Tag that friend who promises to start every single Monday. Send them this before they adopt another 6-day fantasy split. And subscribe to Fit Sloth for more lazy smart muscle building. More fat loss sanity, less fitness theater, more progress per psi. Because the Sloth Squad does not waste precious life force. We train clever, recover smugly, and confuse people with consistency. Now go do your 4 before your excuses start stretching. I believe in you, mostly because the plan is idiot-proof. And I say that lovingly, as a certified lazy professional. 4 exercises, less nonsense, better body, fewer dramatic gym speeches. That is the deal. That is the method. That is peace. Start small, stay stubborn, and let repetition do the loud work. The floor, the backpack, and gravity are already waiting. Annoying trio, excellent coaching staff. I'll see you in the next one, slightly stronger and equally sarcastic. Until then, protect your energy and bully your excuses gently. Sloth Squad, remain efficient, slightly sore, and deeply unbothered. Now leave this video and do the reps, you magnificent procrastinator.